We are in the presence of greatness, okay? Ian Prowse is with us, but a legend of the city, Billy Kinsley. How are you doing? How are you doing, mate?
I'm fine.
Statue of Epi campaign, that's why we're here today at the Epstein. Billy, tell us what the campaign's all about.
It's all about a man who did so much for Liverpool and had the foresight to believe that the Beatles could be bigger than Elvis Presley. And he made that comment, I think, in the end of 62, 63, and he got laughed at. And he was 100% correct. But he was correct about a lot of other things as well. He obviously managed a lot of bands besides the Beatles who were incredibly successful all over the world, not just here. And a certain female singer.
Miss Black.
Yes. Priscilla.
Yeah.
White. So he saw all that, you know, and Cilla was a cloakroom girl. So how on earth could he envisage Cilla Black being a #1 artist, working with the likes of Burt Bacharach and Hal David? Unbelievable.
Big question for you. If it wasn't for Brian Epstein, do you think the Beatles would have got anywhere near the success that they had?
That's a difficult question. But to be there at the time, which we were, thank God, I'm delighted to have been there amongst all those incredible bands. You've got to remember that they got knocked back by every single record company in this country. And Brian, being Brian, didn't actually tell them. He just said, no, they've got to come back to us, and that company's got to come back to us. He couldn't tell them, no, you've been knocked back, nobody likes you. You know, he'd never, because that would have killed them. You know? Yeah. And there you go, George Martin, well, another guy who believed in them as well. I don't know, it was just very lucky at the time to have a guy like Brian Epstein and George Martin.
You were friends with Brian. Brian managed your band, which
Brian,
is just incredible to be sat with someone that was managed by Brian Epstein. My God.
Yeah.
So just tell us a couple, obviously we're stuck for time, just tell us a couple of little stuff. What was he like as a man?
He was a great man. He was a man that I'd never known in Liverpool before, because he was like a doctor or a politician. He was a gentleman, you know. And obviously he came from a rich family, or a fairly rich family. And we were all scruffs from Anfield and wherever, you know. So we looked up to him, and he treated us well. He treated everybody well, with respect, you know.
We've got to talk about, there was a big show on Cilla, we all seen it. It was a great show, minus the accents. What was, in your opinion, the portrayal of Brian in that show? Was that correct?
It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. The mannerisms and things. I didn't like the club bit. I thought that was a bit dodgy.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't like that bit. But if that's the way it was, that's the way it was. I can't say anything about that. But the one thing I didn't like was Ringo being 6 foot tall and coming from Birmingham.
Yeah, it was a bit strange, wasn't it? A little bit strange. We've got to quickly move on to the campaign. We need 70 grand, Ian, to get a statue for Brian Epstein somewhere in the city. We need to raise this money. How are we planning to do this?
Well, we've recorded a single. Billy asked me to come in and do the single, and he's got my friend Ian McNabb as well.
Is he your friend?
Yes, unfortunately. If anybody out there has picked him up out of a gutter, thank you for helping me out that particular night. That's how we're trying to raise the money, and we're doing a show here at the Epstein as well.
So we've got a big concert, 28th of February, this show is. We've got a huge lineup. Just give us two each of the two of the people playing. Obviously you guys are playing. Who else is on stage that night?
Well, we've got Millie Courtney,
okay,
who's I think she's only 12.
She's brilliant.
And she's doing really well. She's got a record deal out in LA. And she comes down my Monday club at the Cavern. In fact, that's where she started off. And Thomas McConnell as well, who is another great young Liverpool artist who has been down the Monday Club a lot.
Bill.
And it'd be great to see them.
Bill.
Yeah, and from Cy Tucker, Ray Ennis, Farron,
Beryl Marsden's
Carl
on there.
Terry Beryl, and me and Tony Crane.
Brill. It's going to be a great night, 28th of Feb.
All back by the
money
Shakers.
To the statue for Epi. Listen, there's more info on this on our Twitter page, @TheGuide Bay TV. Ian Prowse and the man who was managed by Brian Epstein. For God's sake.
So
Billy Kids, yes. Thank you for coming in. And we are officially
Pleasure.
behind the statue for Epi. Thanks,
Great.
guys.